going crazy for you, and I know that the people have been watching you, your audition, and people love you. It's amazing.
I mean, look at everyone here, they're going crazy for you, and I know that the people have been watching you, your audition, and people love you. It's amazing. America's Got Talent is more than just a competition to find the most talented individuals. It also serves as a stage for bringing to the forefront extraordinary talents that were previously unknown. There's always one contestant who every year has an audition that is so captivating that you know without a doubt that they are going to qualify for the finals. This contestant was Roland Abante, a Filipino fisherman who possessed an undeniable talent and a soulful voice. He competed in season 18 of the show. The mini-album that Roland released was a genuine manifestation of his commitment to artistic expression and originality. The album, which was distributed by Homeworks Music, was accessible all over the world through various platforms such as iTunes and Spotify. It was during the same year that Roland participated in the second season of Tawag Ang Tangalan, a popular singing segment that was broadcast on the noontime show at Showtime on ABS-CBN. During the course of the competition, he faced off against Adeline Rabulan, who was leading the competition at the time. Roland gave a powerful rendition of Michael Bolton's song I Loved You But, a lead which highlighted his impressive vocal abilities. This was one of the performances that stood out during Roland's career. He achieved a remarkable score of 93.8%, which made him a winner on a daily basis. Roland was not successful in winning the overall championship despite the fact that he delivered outstanding performances. This is due to the fact that Adeline received a score of 90.6% for her outstanding performance in Jennifer Hudson's I Am Changing. Despite the fact that Roland did not win the title, his time spent on TNT was a significant chapter in his life. It was a chapter that laid the groundwork for the other significant things that would soon come to fruition for him and his significant aspirations. Now, what were Roland's most ambitious goals? How exactly was he going to accomplish those goals? Maintain your attention to find out. After his time on TNT, Roland was ready to compete on America's Got Talent. He was on the verge of becoming a global sensation through his performance. The results of this one decision were going to be greater than he had anticipated. They would. Beta judges were moved to tears when Roland revealed to them that appearing in America's Got Talent was his lifelong dream. Roland's statement was conveyed through an interpreter during the show. In addition to his daily routine of fishing and providing motorbike rides for additional income, he took great pleasure in singing, particularly at karaoke sessions held from time to time in the neighborhood. Heidi Klum was moved to join him on stage for a hug after he gave a sincere response to her question about his motivation. After that, Roland captivated the audience with his fervent rendition of When a Man Loves a Woman, which resulted in a standing ovation and 4 yes votes from the panel of judges. When Roland had finished singing, tears began to well up in his eyes. Following his emotionally charged performance, the judge Sofia Vergara made a suggestion that his life might be about to undergo a transformation, implying that he might want to reconsider his involvement in the fishing industry. In spite of the fact that he was initially concerned about Roland's nerves, Simon Cowell praised Roland for the incredible transformation displayed during the audition. While Ho Mandel was still in the process of expressing his gratitude, Roland, who was bursting with excitement, declared Simon to be his favorite judge. As a reciprocal gesture, Simon extended a warm embrace to him and complimented him, describing his performance as remarkable. Having received 4 votes in favor, Roland was able to advance to the subsequent round. The video of his audition went viral on YouTube, almost immediately accumulating nearly 4 million views in just 2 days and surpassing 11 million views. Since it was uploaded in the context of this rapidly expanding phenomenon, what part does the America's Got Talent show play? What are the general benefits that America's Got Talent offers to aspiring performers? Your responses can be found in the following chapters. Since its inception in 2006, America's Got Talent has emerged as a significant component of the entertainment industry on a global scale. The show showcases a wide variety of acts, including singing, dancing, comedy, and magic, all of which compete for a cash prize and the opportunity to perform as the headlining act in Las Vegas. Terry Crews serves as the show host, and Simon Cowell, Howie Mandel, Heidi Klum, and Sofia Vergara serve as the show's judges. Each season of the show draws in millions of viewers. This is due to the fact that it is a one-of-a-kind format that combines the opinions of judges with the votes of the audiences through the use of a structured audition process and high-pressure performances that last for 90 seconds. America's Got Talent has developed into a global franchise that keeps viewers interested. At the beginning of Season 9, the Golden Buzzer was introduced, which added even more excitement to the competition by enabling the judges to promote exceptional acts. This format has had an impact on other talent shows all over the world and continues to uncover and cultivate new talent around the world. This is accomplished by allowing each judge and later the host to save an act from elimination. The Golden Buzzer moments frequently result in emotional responses from both the performers and the audience, thereby producing television moments that the audience will remember and that will resonate with the audience. The ability of judges to express their personal investment in an act helps to foster a connection between the contestants and the viewers, which in turn makes the audience more invested in the journeys that the contestants are taking. It has become a defining characteristic of the Got Talent franchise, which has inspired other talent competitions to adopt formats that are comparable. Following the conclusion of the auditions, the judges will convene a special session which can be thought of as a second round in order to determine which contestants will proceed to the live rounds of the competition. This stage has undergone a number of different configurations over the course of its history. Initially, following the conclusion of the first season, it was known as Las Vegas callbacks and functioned similarly to a training camp. Participants in this format who were successful in the preliminary auditions were given the opportunity to receive training to improve their acts. Everyone who took part in the competition was assigned to a particular group and required to perform once more in front of the judges. It was possible for buzzers to interrupt their performance at any time, which would result in the elimination of those contestants who did not impress the judges by their performance. Beginning with the fourth season and continuing through the ninth season, the format was altered to be more in line with Britain's Got Talent. During this stage, the judges watched recorded auditions of the contestants who had advanced past the preliminary round. They grouped the contestants together without requiring them to give another live performance unless they specifically requested it. The judges chose to give spots in the live rounds to the acts that they liked, while the other acts were eliminated from the competition. This particular stage was known as Vegas Verdicts, and it was held in the magnificent Las Vegas Strip. Judgment Week was the name given to the show in later seasons, and it was relocated to New York. An additional change to the format, which was referred to as judge cuts, occurred between the 10th and 14th seasons of the broadcast. Participants who were successful in the preliminary auditions were considered for the second round of auditions, which took place in front of the judges at a location that was specifically designated for that purpose. Not only are the judges from the main panel evaluating the participants at this point in the competition, but there is also a special guest judge evaluating them. Everyone who is participating is split up into 4 groups, and each of those groups has a different guest judge assigned to them. The main judges have the ability to use their buzzers to stop a performance at any time, just like they did during the auditions. The guest judge, on the other hand, has a golden buzzer that they can use especially for a participant that they find particularly appealing. In addition, the guest judge offers their feedback on the winner's performances. Are there any other changes that have been made to the show in order to enhance the selection of talent? Regarding the overall quality of the show, how has this contributed? Stay tuned for further information. This round of the America's Got Talent competition was shortened to a single episode during the 15th season, and it did not include a guest judge because of the COVID-19 pandemic that occurred in the United States in the year 2020. During the 16th season, the format underwent yet another revamp in order to conform to the format of Britain's Got Talent. Participants are grouped together to compete for ASPIT in the live finals if they have successfully passed their auditions and earned a spot in the live rounds. This is especially true for those participants who have received the Golden Buzzer. A predetermined location, which has changed over the course of the competition seasons but is currently located in Los Angeles, is where the live episodes of the competition do take place. The live episodes are broadcast on the network on a weekly basis when compared to other international editions, such as Britain's Got Talent, which broadcasts its live episodes within a span of just 1 week. This schedule shows a significant difference. There are a few different ways that the live rounds can be organized, but they typically consist of the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the final. During earlier seasons, the finals were sometimes held in a different format, and their rounds would sometimes be separated into separate portions during the live rounds, specifically the quarterfinals and semifinals. Each participant gives a new performance of their act, which is referred to as a performance episode. During this episode, the judges are able to provide feedback and have the ability to stop a performance at any time, biasing their buzzers immediately following the pressing of all of the buzzers. The performance will come to an end once the performance episode has been broadcast. The network gives the audience a predetermined amount of time to cast their votes for their preferred acts after the performance episode. The results are revealed in a separate episode that is titled Results, and it is typically broadcast one day after the performance episode. The participants are informed of the results while wearing the same outfits that they wore during the performance episode. The top 4 acts are progressed to the next stage of the competition. There will be a vote by the judges to determine which of the 2 acts that received votes in the mid-leaf the range will be added to the top performers if there is a tie in the votes cast by the 4 judges involved. The act that received the highest number of votes from the general public will beta 1 to move forward. It was not up to judges to decide who would advance in the first season. It was as simple as voting on whether they liked or disliked the acts. As the second season progressed, they were only permitted to buzz acts and were not permitted to vote at any point, even for the acts that are eliminated from the competition. There is still a chance for them to advance to the next round as wild cards. From the 1st to the 10th season, the method that was used to choose wild card acts was different from one year to the next. During certain seasons, the judges had the ability to select one or more acts off their own accord to move on to the subsequent stage, or they could compete in a special wild card round. In other cases, wild card acts were chosen from among the auditions and then took part in a round that was specifically designated for them. Beginning with the 10th season, the format became more structured, and it became very similar to the format of Britain's Got Talent. It is now up to the judges and the general public to decide which acts will advance to the next round as wild card acts during this competition. In spite of the fact that the judges are unable to select a quarterfinalist as a wild card, the public has the ability to vote online for an act to advance from each quarterfinal and semifinal. The voting process is named after the sponsor of that particular season, as the number of finalists varies from season to season. Those who make it to the season finale of the competition compete for the highest number of votes cast by the general public. The later seasons of the competition provide each finalist with multiple opportunities to perform, and they may even be joined by a celebrity guest, a previous winner, or a notable participant from earlier seasons. A cash prize is awarded to the ACT that receives the most votes and is declared the winner of the competition. Have you ever been curious about what the cash prize is for America's Got Talent? Well, let's find out. In spite of the fact that the show advertises this prize as being worth $1 million, the winner of America's Got Talent has the option of receiving it either as a lump sum or as a financial annuity that is paid out over a period of 40 years at a rate of approximately $25,000 per year. Taxation applies to both of the available choices. Ever since the 10th season, the winner has also been invited to perform on the first results show of the season that follows. An additional prize of headlining a show was added to the program beginning in 2008, with the exception of the years 2010 to 2013, during which the winning finalist was required to headline a stage tour across the country. The majority of the events that take place in the winter headlines take place in Las Vegas. Regis Philbin served as the host of the show during its first season, which featured David Hasselhoff, Brandy Norwood, and Piers Morgan as members of the judging panel. There was a legal issue that caused Norwood to step down prior to the beginning of the second season, and Sharon Osbourne was brought in to take her place. Jerry Springer took over as the host after Philbin was removed from his position following Springer's departure. At the conclusion of the third season, Nick Cannon assumed the role of host for the fourth season. Following the conclusion of the fourth season, Hasselhoff resigned and Hoy Mandel took over as the host for the fifth season. After the sixth season, Morgan resigned from his position as a judge, and Howard Stern became a judge for the seventh season. After Stern's departure in October 2015, Simon Cowell took over as host of the 11th season. Cannon has announced his intention to step down from his role as host of America's Got Talent, which he started 8 years ago. This decision was made in response to comments he made about the network. It was eventually decided by NBC to replace him with Tyra Banks for the 12th season, despite the fact that he was under contract. An announcement regarding the host and judging panel of America's Got Talent was made by NBC on February 11, 2019, following the conclusion of the 13th season of the competition. Terry Crews, who was already hosting America's Got Talent, assumed the role of Tyra Banks' replacement after she made the decision to pursue other projects. America's Got Talent is the network's most popular talent competition. During that particular year, Heidi Klum and Mel Both made the decision to leave the show due to other obligations they had. The actress Gabrielle Union and the dancer Julianne Hough took their place on the judging panel, joining Hoy Mandel and Simon Cowell. They were replaced by the aforementioned individuals. On the other hand, Union and Hough were only a part of the show for a single season before they were fired on November 22, 2019. On February 27, 2020, it was announced that Sofia Vergara would be joining the panel of judges for the upcoming season of the show, and it was also confirmed that Heidi Klum would be returning for the next season. The conclusion of his contract with NBC was announced by host Cruz in September 2021. He stated that the season 16 finale of America's Got Talent and the series finale of Brooklyn 99 marked the end of an era and the conclusion of his relationship with the network. Despite this, he continued to host the show throughout the subsequent seasons. In the year 2009, the production team made the decision to create a post-show that would showcase